good morning. Today, we will talk about symbolic interactionism theory. So what is symbolic interaction? It is a micro-level theory that focuses on the relationship among the individuals within a society. Communication. It is the exchange of meaning through language and symbols is believed to be the way in which people make sense of their social world. Theorists Herman and Reynolds note that this perspective sees people as being active in shaping the social world rather than simply being acted upon. George Herbert Mead is considered a founder of symbolic interactionism, though he never published his work on it. Mead's student, Herbert Bloomer, coined the term symbolic interactionism and outlined its basic premises. Humans interact with things based on meaning ascribed to those things. The ascribed meaning of things comes from our interactions on other and society. The meaning things are interpreted by a person when dealing with things in specific circumstances. If you love books, for example, a symbolic interactionist might propose that you learn that books are good or important in the interaction you had with family, friends, school, or church. Maybe your family had a special reading time each week. Getting your library card was treated as a special event, or bedtime stories were associated with harm and comfort. Social scientists who applied symbolic interactionist thinking look for patterns of interaction between individuals. Their studies often involve observation of one-on-one interaction. For example, while a conflict theorist studies a political protest, my class difference a symbolic interactionist would be more interested in how individuals in the protesting group interact well the signs and symbols the protester used to communicate their message. Because of the importance of symbols in building a society led sociologist like Irving Goffman to develop a technique called dramaturgical analysis. Goffman used theater as an analogy for social interaction and recognized that people's interactions showed patterns of cultural scripts because it can be unclear what part a person may play in a given situation. He or she has to improvise his or her role as the situation unfolds. Studies that use the symbolic interactionist perspective are more likely to use qualitative research methods such as in-depth interviews or participant observation because they seek to understand the symbolic worlds in which research subjects live.
Looking classroom describes the process wherein individuals base their sense of self on how they believe others view them. Using social interaction as a type of mirror, people use the judgment they receive from others to measure their own words, values, and behavior, according to self, symbol, and society. For example, a person may believe that they are very attractive because other person complimented their shirts and hair.
Our assumption of the looking glass self. According to society focus, the process of discovering the looking glass self occurs in 3 steps. An individual in a social situation imagines how they appear to others. Step. The individual imagines others' judgment of the experience. Step 3. The individual develops feelings about and responds to those perceived judgment.
The meaning behind symbolic interaction. The way you see the world colors your understanding of it. Look no farther than symbolic interactionism to see how this is true. Interested to explore more about behaviors? Check out operant conditioning example. Operant conditioning examples. Operant conditioning is a learning process whereby deliberate behaviors are reinforced through consequences. It differs from classical conditioning, also called respondent or Pavlovian conditioning, in which involuntary behaviors are triggered by external stimuli. Classical conditioning, a dog that has learned the sound of the bell precedes the arrival of the food may begin to salivate at the sound of the bell, even if no food arrives. By contrast, a dog might learn that by sitting and staying, it will earn a threat. If the dog then gets better at sitting and staying in order to receive the threat, then this is an example of operant conditioning.
Philippine flag. A horizontal flag bicolor with equal bands of royal blue and carnation red with a white equilateral triangle at the highest. The center of the triangle is a golden yellow stand with 8 primary rays, each representing a province of the Philippines. At each vertex of the triangle is a 5-pointed golden yellow stars, each of which representing of the country's 3 main island groups, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. The white triangle at the flag represents liberty, equality, and fraternity. A unique features of this flag is its usage to indicate a state of war if it is displayed with the red side on top, which is effectively achieved by flipping the flag upside down.
Religion, a personal set or institutionalized system of religious attitudes, beliefs, and practices. The service and worship of God, or the supernatural commitment or devotion to religious faith or observance.
Let's define gender. Gender can be understood through symbolic interactionism because gender is a sociological construct. For example, for the symbols attached to males and females, actions and looks are based on what is believed is true from your interactions rather than what is objectively true. For example, women might be seen as weaker than men. A man wearing a dress might be seen as feminine. These problematic attributes leads to inequality and biases such as women getting paid less than men in the workforce.
Rainbow. Society's meaning behind symbols can change, morph with time. One example of this is a meaning of a rainbow. The rainbow has been seen as a Christian symbol of hope, but another meaning of a rainbow is now associated with the LGBTQ community.
Symbolic interactionism plays a big role in a family and relationship. Your understanding of a word event change based in interactionism with it. For example, if you have a great relationship with your wife, the word wife will be positive. However, if your relationship with your wife is rocky, the meaning behind the word and what a wife symbolizes change.
Alright,